Hi. Hi. Today we shall be developing Granger Causality Test under VAR environment. Okay. And we have three variables such as GDP, export, and money supply, right? We have these three variables, and the variables are here. I can show you all the variables. So these are our variables: export, GDP, and money supply. So I am opening all these three variables as a group. So export, GDP, money supply, right? So okay. So the data is from 1960 until 1995. Okay. So now, so the thing is there. First, I go to quick estimate VAR. Then I put GDP. Then I put export, and I put money. Okay, and here I take lag 2 because lag selection criteria has advised me to take lag 2, and that is why I have taken lag 2 to estimate this VAR model. Okay, then I press OK. So this is my model, right? This is a model, vector VAR model, and here is the things, and you can see there are two lag, right? There are lag 1, export lag 1, export lag 2, money lag 1, lag 2, then constant, right? And this one is the dependent variable, and this one is also another dependent variable, and this one is also another dependent variable, and GDP lag 1, GDP lag 2, export lag 1, export lag 2, money lag 1, money lag 2. These are all independent variables. Okay. Now I want to check Granger causality. So what does it means? Granger causality means, suppose I am giving one example. Export lag 1 and export lag 2 jointly can cause GDP or not, or money lag 1 and money lag 2 jointly can cause GDP or not. Or also we can say other way, export lag 1 and export lag 2, these two variable jointly can cause money or not. That we want to check today, and that is called Granger causality test in the VAR environment, right? And here actually this value, what is this value? The coefficient of GDP lag 1. And what is this one? This one is the standard error. And what about this one? T statistics. So this divided by this, the T statistics you can always get, meaning that coefficient divided by standard error is always T statistics. Okay, now I check whether now I check the Granger causality here. Okay, Granger causality in VAR environment. Okay, how to check it? I go to view, I go to lag structure, then I go to Granger causality, right? This one I check, I click OK. So you can see the VAR Granger causality test as a whole. Okay, and here we have actually 3 dependent variable. So the first one is GDP, second dependent variable is export, and third dependent variable is money supply. Okay, now here you can see this one, export and money, these two are independent variable and this is dependent variable. But here GDP and money are independent variable and export is the dependent variable. And here money is the dependent variable, GDP and export are the independent variable. Okay. Okay, so first I begin with GDP. I begin with GDP. Okay, so what is the null hypothesis? Suppose null hypothesis, suppose export does not cause GDP. That is the null hypothesis. Okay, here what does mean by export? It means export lag 1 and export lag 2 jointly cannot cause GDP. I am writing here export, and here is export lag 1 and lag 2, right, cannot cause GDP. So that is null hypothesis, right? And what is alternative hypothesis? Export, that is lag 1 and lag 2 jointly can cause GDP, right? So what about this one? This one is the null hypothesis and this one is the alternative hypothesis, right? Okay. Okay, now you check export and this is the chi-square value and this one is the corresponding probability. Here the probability is 18.90%. Here the p-value is 18.18. 18.90%. So meaning that which is more than 5%. So normally if the p-value is more than 5%, we cannot reject null hypothesis. Rather, we accept null hypothesis. But if the p-value is less than 5%, then we can reject the null hypothesis and can accept the alternative hypothesis, right? Okay. But here the p-value is 18.99%, which is more than 5%. So we cannot reject null hypothesis. Rather, we accept null hypothesis, meaning that export lag 1 and lag 2 cannot cause GDP. Okay, then what about money? The second variable, the p-value is 31.73%, meaning that we cannot reject null hypothesis. Rather, we accept null hypothesis, meaning that lagged money 1, lagged money 2 cannot cause GDP, right? Okay, then we come here. Here what is happening? Okay, so export is the dependent variable. Here GDP, the p-value is 74.63%, which is more than 5%, meaning that GDP, lag 1, lag 2 jointly cannot cause export. And also money, lag 1, lag 2 cannot cause export because p-value is 21.93%. And here what is happening here? GDP also cannot cause money, and export also cannot cause money because probability value is 7.76%. So we cannot reject null hypothesis. Rather, we accept null hypothesis, meaning that export cannot cause money supply. Okay. So the same result I can get also in other way, right? The same result I can get in other way. How? Okay, I go to estimate again, right? This is my model, right? And I click OK. And this is my model, right? This is my VAR model. Okay, and then I go to proc, then I go to make system, order by variable, then estimate. I click this one, then I estimate is okay. So all the result has come up. So we call it system model, system equation model, right? That this one you can see. So this is my first model where GDP is the dependent variable, and second model is export, and where export is the dependent variable, and third model is this one, money is the dependent variable, right? Okay. Okay, now you see these are the coefficient C1, C2 until C21, and this is coefficient this is standard error, this is t statistics, and it is corresponding probability, right? So these are the coefficients C1, C2, C3, C4, right? Coefficient, right? So actually it begins from C1 and it finishes at C21. And also you can see the same thing here. You can see it starts from C1, C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C6, C7, then start C8, C9, C10, C11, C12, C13, C14, C15, C16, C17, C18, C19, C20, and C21. So actually this one means actually this one, C21, right? Okay, now here also we can do the Granger Causality Test and we shall be getting the same result. So first I talk about this one. Okay, here actually I want to check whether export lag 1 and export lag 2 jointly can cause GDP or not. I am telling again, here export lag 1 and export lag 2 jointly can cause GDP or not. That I want to check. I'm sorry. So I'm sorry. Okay, I think I have lost it. Okay, I go again, no problem. I go again. Okay, I got it. Okay, I go there. Okay, estimate. Okay, here I come back. So here actually we want to check export lag 1 and export lag 2 jointly can cause GDP or not. Okay, here export 1 means it is C3 and export lag 2 means C4, right? Okay, now what I do, I go to view to check whether C3 and C4 is 0 or not. That we want to check using world statistics. I go to view, I go to coefficient diagnostic and world coefficient test. Okay, so here I can write like that. C3, I set my hypothesis C3 equal to C4 or C4 equal to 0. So C3 equal to C4, it is 0 means export lag 1, export lag 2 is 0, right? That is the null hypothesis, right? And so that is the null hypothesis, that export lag 1 and export lag 2 is 0. And if they are 0, meaning that export lag 1, export lag 2 jointly cannot cause GDP. Okay. So I proceed to check it. I press OK. So here the world test and the chi-square value, right? And the probability is 18.90%, which is more than 5%. meaning that we cannot reject null hypothesis. Rather, we accept null hypothesis, meaning that C3 and C4 is 0, meaning that C3 C4 0, meaning that export lag 1 and export lag 2 jointly cannot cause GDP. Okay, so actually the same result we got last time. Okay, now I check again. My result has gone again. Okay, I think the result is what is the outcomes? Just 1 minute. I think it is here somewhere. Just 1 minute. I lost it. Okay, I run it again. I think I have lost it. I still lost it. I think group. Okay, it is here. Not here. Sorry. This group. Not here. I think I have to run it again. I have to run the model again to get it. Okay, then okay. I think estimate out. Okay. This my okay. Okay. Now I want to check the second one, whether money lag 1 and money lag 2 jointly can cause GDP or not. Okay, that means C5 and C6 is 0 or not. Okay, I proceed as before. Coefficient diagnostic VAR test. So C5 equal to C6 equal to 0 or not. That is the null hypothesis, right? C5 and C6, right? That is the null hypothesis. So I click OK. So you see that chi-square value and the probability 31.73%, which is more than 5%. So we cannot reject null hypothesis. Rather, we accept the null hypothesis. That means money lag 1 and money lag 2 jointly cannot cause GDP. Actually, the same result we got last time. Okay. Then we proceed. Then we proceed. I think it is here. Okay. So we check already. Export 1, export 2 cannot cause GDP. And we also check money lag 1 and money lag 2 cannot cause GDP. And what about here? Okay, we can check here. Suppose this one. GDP lag 1 and GDP lag 2 jointly can cause export or not. That means C8 and C9, right? As before, I go to view, coefficient diagnostic, VAR test. That means C8 and C9 equals 0, right? C8, C9 equals 0. So I click OK. So here you can see chi-square p-value 74.63%, meaning that we cannot reject null hypothesis. That means C8, C9 is 0, right? Meaning that if the C8 and C9 0, meaning that C8, C9 0, meaning that GDP lag 1, GDP lag 2 jointly cannot cause export. Okay, then we can check this one. Money lag 1 and money lag 2 jointly can cause export. We check it. So that is C12 and C13 as before. C12 and C13. Okay, C12 and C13. Okay, here also 21.93%. That means C12 and C13 is 0. So actually we have got the same result that we got first time, right? So actually we have done this one, and we can also do the last one in the same manner, right? In the same manner, and all our result will be the same what we got at the first time. So that means there is two way we can check the Granger causality under VAR environment. Thank you very much for being with me for a while.